Alright, what's going on YouTube? Thank you guys so much for tuning in again. I'm really excited about this episode. Many of you may know this is the SureCan versus No Spill review and comparison. I have these two gas cans as well just to kind of see how they stack up, but mainly it's going to be between these two gas cans right here. So I'm pretty excited because, like I said, this is going to be the first review on the channel, as well as it's going to be kind of a new series, you know, our reviews as far as the Walker, the Ferris, just kind of the whole lineup as far as everything that I own. I'm going to be reviewing all of that. So today there's going to be 5 categories that we're going to be going over. The first one's going to be price, just, you know, how much does each one cost, especially for the different, you know, gallon sizes, the 2.5 gallon, the 5 gallon, things like that. Second one's going to be durability, just testing how they do against, you know, stress, stuff like that. Third one is going to be ease of use, just how easy is it to use. Convenience is going to be the 4th category, which is, you know, how easy is it to fill up, to hold, things like that. And then the 5th category is going to be flow rate, so we see which one, you know, pours the gas fastest, you know, and just see which one, you know, if you need to empty a full tank, which one's going to do that. So yeah, that's going to be the 5 main categories. Hope you guys enjoy. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into it. Alright guys, so like I said, first category is going to be price. For these gas cans on the outside, this is going to range from anywhere to, you know, $5, $10, possibly $15. It just kind of depends on where you get them. There's so many different models and, you know, different ways that these are made that it's not really sure, but this is going to cost you probably $5, $10. This one's probably going to be about 15, maybe 20. Most likely it's going to be about 15 though. Neither of these really have any type of warranty or anything like that, so you're not covered. Like I said, those straight cost pretty much 5, 10 to 15, anywhere from that range. I've got it pulled up right here on my phone. This is from Lowe's. SureCan is going to run $50 for the 5 gallon and $37 it looks like for the 2.2 gallon, which is what I use my mixed gas, but I don't have that up here because it's the same, you know, principle. But yeah, so one more time, it's going to be $50 for the 5 gallon and $37 for the 2.2 gallon of the SureCan. The no spills, they do run cheaper. So for the no spill, this is from Walmart. Like I said, Lowe's doesn't sell the no spill, so I couldn't really get a, you know, the same. But Walmart sells the no spill for, looks like $34, and then the 2.5 gallon actually from no spill is $22. So one thing that's kind of a difference between the no spill and the SureCan is with the SureCan, it's 5 gallon or 2.2 gallon. Whereas the no spill, it's 5 gallon or 2.5 gallon. So that's just kind of a small difference there, but overall it's going to be about $15 cheaper for the no spill. Both of these have warranties. I believe the no spill actually has a 3-year warranty, which is very impressive actually. When I actually looked that up and saw that it was a 3-year warranty, I was, you know, it kind of shocked me a little bit because that's a pretty long time, especially, you know, for the commercial use that gas cans like this are going to be getting. SureCan does have a warranty as well. It's only a 1 year, but so yeah, they both have a warranty though. SureCan is 3 years though, a little bit longer than the SureCan, so that's that. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and jump on into category number 2, which is going to be the durability. Now what I talk about when I say durability is, you know, kind of like what's the chance if this were to fall out of the back of your truck, or if you were to kind of accidentally run over it with a mower or hit it, or, you know, just whatever, how would it exactly stand up? Not necessarily a durability factor, but as far as like pressurizing, you know, when it gets hot, they expand and contract. I'm going to talk about that too in this category. I wouldn't really consider that durability though, because that's just kind of temporary. Like that'll easily, that's just something that's constantly changing. Well, we'll go ahead and mention some things about that as well. But yeah, mainly it's just going to be how much pressure, weight can they take, stuff like that. As you can actually see, this one, as many of you may know, I actually shot this video. It's supposed to come out last week. Something happened with my files and I wasn't able to use them, but you can actually see that this one didn't really survive too well during the test. The no spill actually has a dent in the back here. That is actually just from the pressure from this morning. It didn't have any gas in it, so the pressure, it's been really cold lately, or cool I should say. It's been about in the 40s in the morning, which has been a pretty big drop for us, so it just kind of sucked in a little bit. That's not from the actual test or anything. SureCan, you can see all that's fine. This one popped back out as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and talk about the pressure real quick before we get into like the weight testing or whatever. Both of these have problems with the heat and the cold, expanding and contracting. As you can see with this one, it just put in a dent. There was no gas in it, like I said, so that makes a big difference. But some people find this to be kind of a problem, but I haven't really found it to be too much of a problem, because if it gets sucked in like this, you just put gas in it and let it sit out in the sun, and the pressure will automatically pop this back out. Or if it's vice versa, if it's kind of expanded or bloated or whatever, you just release the valve and the pressure is released. So I haven't really found that's not really too much of a concern to me, which is why I didn't really make it a category, because it's just easily fixable, and for the most part your can will fix itself. I've seen a couple people that have had it like not be able to, it'll stay crushed in and it won't pop back out. So that could be a problem. Like I said, so far I haven't experienced really with any of these that problem. So yeah, like I said, if it's contracted, just put gas in it, leave it in the sun, and the pressure will actually push it back out to its original shape. And then if it's more like a bubble, then you just release the pressure, and then it'll go back to regular as well. So as far as the actual durability test, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set it on the ground right here with the GoPro, get it up closer, and I'm just going to kind of stand on them and see what I did. That seemed to work pretty well and give a pretty good gauge the first time I shot. So I'm going to go ahead and do that again. I weigh about 135 pounds. That's just kind of a gauge to let you know. So I don't weigh too much, but like I said, it's just kind of a gauge to see if they can really take the pressure. I'm going to do it with the cap on and off. So, when you have the cap on, it's obviously got some of the pressure to help hold it. But with no cap, there's no pressure to help hold it. So that will, they're a lot more susceptible with the cap off. But like I said, I'm going to do it with both. We're going to go ahead and do this one first. Like I said, none of these are going to have gas in them. I'm going to empty all the gas out of them. So it's just going to be straight gas can, nothing in them. We'll do this one first, second, third, and fourth. So yeah, that's just what we're going to do, and I guess we'll go ahead and just get on into it. Alright guys, so like I said, we're going to start with the smaller one. All I'm going to do is just kind of stand on it, just kind of bounce around on it, stuff like that. I'll remove the cap, and then I'll do the same thing, and we'll see how it does. So. Alright, so as you guys can see, with the cap on, it did pretty good, but as soon as you take the cap off, and it's just the actual can itself supporting you and not necessarily the pressure within pushing out, once it's just the can, as you can see, it caves in. So this one definitely failed the durability test. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get to the 5-gallon well and see how that one does. But yeah, this one definitely failed, guys, so sorry. Alright guys, 5-gallon can. I tried to put it on the side that wasn't crushed, but as you can see, both sides are dented. So I chose the side that's least dented, so you can kind of hopefully still see it cave in some. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and do this as well. Alright guys, so caved in. You probably couldn't tell too good because it's already pretty much caved in from the first test, but in the first test that I did on the first video, it did cave in as well. So like I said, you probably couldn't see it too well on this one, but trust me guys, it did cave in. It didn't it can't it didn't stand up to it either, which means this one is a failure as well in the durability test. Alright guys, so on to the no spill gas can. For the no spill on the SureCan, my expectations are a lot higher. How they'll hold up, because once again you're looking at no spill is going to be about 3 times the cost of a regular gas can, and the SureCan is going to be about 4 or 5 times the cost as well. So yeah, I'm definitely have higher expectations for this, and we'll definitely see if they live up to those expectations. Alright guys, so no spill caved in a little bit, but I mean it's pretty much already fixed itself. It's back out to normal. See if you guys can see that. It's pretty much back out to normal already. Like I said, this is just from the gas having the no pressure thing that we talked about earlier. But as far as that side I actually was standing on, yeah, pretty much, I mean it's back out to normal, so no spill. No spill definitely passed the test. So that's good to hear. And then next one's going to be the SureCan. So let's go ahead and get to the final one and see how it does. Alright guys, time for our final contender, if you will. SureCan, 5 gallon as you can see. Had this for over probably almost a year actually. Never had any problems with it, but yeah, we'll go ahead and get right into it. I don't think this one will budge really at all. It's just built really well. You can tell everything's really thick. Feels really solid, so we'll just go ahead and let you guys see for yourself though. Alright, so as you guys can see, I actually about fell there because it's really dewy and it's really slippery. You can see how the grass is going on. But as you can see guys, I was standing on with both feet. He was like jumping around on it some, and it's not, I mean it's not messed up at all. So I have to say the SureCan definitely wins in this category, but no spill did good as well, but I'd say that just the SureCan, it wasn't even budging even in the slightest way with both feet. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to SureCan as far as durability. Alright guys, so we've gone over category 1, which was price. No spill won in that category. Went over category 2, which was durability. SureCan won in that category, excuse me. And then on to number 3, which is ease of use. Okay, so what I mean when I talk about ease of use is when you're actually pouring the gas, when you're actually filling up the gas can, which one is just, you know, it's just easier to use. Which one is quicker, which one is, you know, easier to use, or just whatever, you know, just kind of like the title says, it's just how easy is it to use. So for this, I'm not going to be comparing any more of these. The next thing I'll be comparing these in is flow rate, but for ease of use and convenience, these are clear losers. So we're just going to go ahead and compare these two. So let's go ahead and just get rid of these real quick. Alright, so now that we got rid of those cans, didn't need those anymore, let's go ahead and talk about these two and their ease of use. Alright, so this is where it gets kind of tricky and finicky, if you will, because they each do better in different things. So the no spill, if you're filling up a gas tank that's, say, chest level, well then this is going to be the easiest option, because you can hold it like this and it's going to fill up easily. Whereas the SureCan, if you're filling up something at chest level, you're going to have it like all the way up here. But for me personally, a lot of my stuff is kind of about knee level, or you know, just waist level. So it's like with the no spill, if it's knee level, you've got to bend all the way over, or you've got to, you know, kind of hold it down like this. Or with the SureCan, if it's at those places, you can just hold it regularly, you know, with the grip. It's got the grip on the bottom. You can just hold it, or you can hold it down at your side, and with the tube down, it's right there. It's, you know, you don't need to bend over anything. You don't need to put stress on your back, which I think is a pretty big deal, and definitely can help, you know, at the end of the day when you're tired and stuff. It's a lot easier to use the SureCan, and you know, you put your weed eater on the ground, you got to fill it up. You just stand here and fill it up, whereas the SureCan, you have to get on your knees, or you know, prop the weed eater up on the edge of the trailer or something like that, which I actually used to do that, and you know, several times the weed eater kind of wants to roll off, or you know, just stuff like that. So I think as far as ease of use, I'm gonna have to give it to the SureCan. Like I said, I know some of you guys, if you have a majority of things that are higher, I would say go with the no spill, because with the short nozzle, it's easier, excuse me, to get up with stuff higher. But for me, the walker mower, you know, it's got the tank down here. It's kind of it's under the grass catcher, so it's about probably waist level to knee level. It's easy to use the SureCan with. Weed eaters, I just put them on the ground so they don't roll around. Fill up with the SureCan standing up, easy. Even for my Ferris zero turn, with the gas tank is probably about a little above waist level. What I do is I take the SureCan and I just like prop it up on the armrest. If the no spill was the armrest, I just prop it up like that and then just drop that right in, so I don't even have to hold the SureCan. You know, there's several ways you can prop it up and just let it drain, you know, right in the gas tank, and you don't even have to hold it. So as far as ease of use, I'm going to have to definitely say the SureCan, for me at least. It changes from person to person. I know this is kind of an opinion thing, but for me, I'm going to have to give a point to the SureCan. Moving on to category number 4, that is the convenience. So which one is just kind of like quick, easy, you know, typical, anyone can pick it up and use it. For this one, I'm gonna have to say the no spill, excuse me. I think something that really is a big convenience is having this strip on the back. As you can see, you can tell exactly where your gas line is. If you'll notice on the SureCan, there's no, I mean, you know, they've got the lines on the back, and if you hold it in the sun just right, you might be able to see it because the sun is actually hitting it. This actually doesn't even have anything in it right now, but you can kind of see if you hold it up to the sun, kind of like look at it at an angle. But this one, you know, it can be sitting on the ground 10 feet away, and I can say, okay, I've got a gallon left in this one. I need to use this one to fill up my mower. You know, where this one's kind of like you picking up and you're looking at it, and you know, it's just kind of a little difficult to see. Also with the SureCan, I feel like there's a little bit of skill involved. Not necessarily skill, but it's kind of like a learning curve, if you will. Because you know, when the first couple of times you pick it up, you take this and you pour it, and as soon as you're done, you have a tendency to like pull it out, and you know, gas goes everywhere because the gas has to travel from here all the way down to here. So even though the valve cuts off and it cuts off the gas immediately, the remaining gas still has to flow through, and it gets kind of caught sometimes in the still, so you have to kind of like shake it. So this one, if you're not careful and you don't know what you're doing, you can actually spill some gas with this one. Now if you know how to use it, which it's pretty easy to learn once you figure out what to do, it won't spill any gas at all. I don't have a problem spilling gas with this, and it's, you know, pretty easy to use once you learn. But if I was just a person walking on the street and I just needed to fill up something real quick with one of these cans, the chances are less likely of me spilling with this one at first, just because it's fairly simple. It's, you know, it's just that. There's no needing to wait and shake it or anything like that. It only takes about 3 seconds for the SureCan to finish flowing and you need to shake it off. But if I didn't know that, then I would spill some gas, which is kind of my point. So ease of use, SureCan, I think it's easier to use. But as far as convenience, if I didn't know what I was doing, something like that, as far as easy to read, no spill. One thing I will say that's really a disappointment with the no spill is I saw online that the 5-gallon gas cans actually don't have the stripe on the back, which, like I said, without that, I feel like that's pretty much a tie. So if you have the 5-gallon no spill and the 5-gallon SureCan, I would probably say that the convenience would probably still go to SureCan. I really like having this back cap. It's very easy. You just push in the notch once and then you can spin it off. It's very easy. It takes like 4 seconds. Whereas this one, the no spill, you have to kind of like, it's got these notches on the back. You have to like push this back and twist and kind of like do that, and but it gets caught on the second round too, so then you have to push it in another time and twist it again. So it takes probably about twice as long for the no spill. So like I said, if you have a 5 gallon of both, I would say the SureCan. But if you have the smaller no spill, I think that that's a really big deal to have that little strip on the back that you can see through. And if SureCan implemented that into their gas cans, it would be like the best gas can of all time. I mean, in my opinion, this is probably one of the best gas cans of all time, but it would just make it even that much better if they had something, just a strip that you could see, you know, exactly how much gas you had. So, just to review between these two real quick, and then we'll get on to our final category. Price, no spill wins. Durability, SureCan wins. Ease of use, SureCan wins. Convenience, no spill wins if you're talking about the 2.5 gallon. If you do the 5 gallon, I think SureCan wins as well, as far as the convenience, but we're just going to go ahead and give it to the no spill. We're just going to go ahead and give it to the no spill since it's, you know, we're comparing the 2.5 gallon, which has the strip. So it puts them at 2 even, which means that the final category 5, which is flow rate, will be the tiebreaker. So I probably won't go ahead and do the other smaller gas cans just for time's sake. I did both of those cans in the first video, and let me just tell you right now that they're both bad. Both of them were about half as fast as these. The smaller one, it was alright, but especially the bigger one with like that safety part that you have to pull back. I'll show it to you. This one right here, that's got like the pullback thing like that, this one's horrible. It took like, no joke guys, it took like 3 times as long as just the other one did. So these are, I can't stand those. Those things are trash, but yeah, just for sake of time, and just since it's mainly just comparing these two products, I'm just going to go ahead and do the flow rate just between these two. So yeah, we'll go ahead and just jump into that as well. Alright guys, so final test, category 5 is going to be flow rate, as we already discussed. So what I've done is I have put about 2 gallons and the no spill. That's the 2 gallon mark right there. Gas is just one little tick below it. So we'll just go ahead and say 2 gallons in the no spill. SureCan has nothing in it at all. It's completely empty. So I'm just going to pour this into here and see how long it takes, and then I'm just going to switch it and pour this into here and see how long that takes, and then I'll probably go ahead and split it up as well so we can see exactly per gallon how long it takes, so you know if you were doing this whole can how long it would take, as you know, so forth. I can't, like, the no spill takes 2 hands to use, one to hold and one to push, so I can't start the timer exactly. So what I'm going to do is for both of them, I'm going to hit start, and then at the 10-second mark I'm going to start pouring, so that way it's even. With the SureCan, this kind of goes back to the ease of use. With the SureCan, I could actually fill it up with one hand, just hold it, put it down, then, you know, click start and start pushing back. But, you know, with the no spill, obviously I've got to have one holding it and then one pushing it on the thing. So we're just going to go ahead and start them at 10 seconds for both. So that way it's all fair, and I'm not sure, y'all probably can't see my phone, but I'll go ahead and stop it and then show you guys at the end, just so you know, it's all correct. Yeah, so put a yellow jacket. Yeah. Alright, so like I said, 10 seconds in, we're gonna go ahead and start, and let's go ahead and get into it. Alright guys, this came out to be 1 minute and 40 seconds. Hopefully y'all can see that. I need to subtract 17 seconds from that. So basically I'm doing 17 seconds because 10 seconds until I started, I stopped for 5 seconds in between to get better position, because as you guys see, you have to actually turn these upside down whenever you get to the bottom since they flow. So I took a 5 second little switch, and then at the end it was 2 seconds until I could actually hit the stop button. So if you subtract 17 seconds from that, I believe that's 1 minute and 23 seconds. So I'll go ahead and double check my math, and I'll you know, after, make sure everything's right. Like I said, 10 seconds till I started pouring it, 5-second break to switch positions, and then 2 seconds for me to actually stop the timer. So we're just gonna switch the rolls, fill up the no spill now with the SureCan. Alright, so time is reset, and 10-second mark. Once again, I'll stop and I'll calculate for anything that I need to do in between, which I don't think I will need to with the SureCan because I'm already holding it like this and it feeds from the bottom, so that should be fine. But starting at the 10-second mark. So SureCan did it in 1 minute and 14 seconds. Subtract 12 seconds, it took me 2 seconds as well to hit the stop button, and then 10 seconds in. So SureCan did it in 1 minute and 2 seconds. So actually the SureCan is faster than no spill, which I find interesting because I believe no spill actually advertises a quicker like flow rate. I think theirs is like 3 gallons a minute, and SureCan's is supposed to be 2 gallons a minute. So I'm not exactly sure why the SureCan was faster. I know when I did the first video, I actually tested it multiple times just to confirm it, and it was pretty much the same every time. It was off a little bit each round, but overall the SureCan was actually faster in the first video as well. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Let me guys know in the comments below. I'm sure SureCan and no spill will probably watch this. Let me know, no spill, am I doing something wrong? SureCan, am I doing something wrong? Or you know what's because like I said, that's not really matching up. So yeah, but overall in the end, looks like SureCan is the winner as far as flow rate as well, which gives it the point. So it actually ends up at 3 points to 2 points. SureCan takes the cake. But to be completely honest guys, both of these are excellent gas cans. I don't think you can go wrong either way if you're trying to ball on a budget, or if you have like a fleet maybe. So if you had to get 100 gas cans, to be honest, I would get the no spill, just because you know, the price difference. If you save $15 a can, you have to get 100, you save $1,500, and you know, just from the price difference. But as far as just regular gas can, your average company is going to be picking up 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. I think SureCan is the better way to go. The way that you can sit up on the armrest to fill higher tanks, or you know, you hold it at your waist, fill up stuff on the ground or anything like that. I think it wins in that. I think it wins in durability. I think as far as the cap taking on and off and filling it up, it's got the easy vent on top. I think it wins as far as ease of use. Like we already talked about convenience, I think if you're comparing this one to the 5-gallon no spill, I think it wins in convenience. I think the SureCan is just overall a better gas can. Like I said, this is some of the things were just facts, you know, that we stated, but some of the things were opinionated. I understand that's part of, you know, that's just kind of what life goes. You know, I have my own opinions, and I'm sure some of you guys might have had horrible experiences with SureCan. Some of you might have had horrible experiences with no spill. You know, back when I first posted about the review coming up, some people were like, "Ah, no spill is trash," and some people were like, "Oh, SureCan is, you know, horrible, no spill all the way." So I know it's opinionated. Just in my opinion, though, I think SureCan is better. On paper, as far as flow rate, stuff like that, it does better, as well as, you know, durability and things like that. So yeah, SureCan is the winner of this competition. Like I said, no spill is still a great gas can, but if you're looking to get a new gas can or looking to upgrade what you have currently, I would say that no spill is the way to go. I'll have a link in the description down below to their website. I'll put actually both of these in the website just so you can go look for yourself if you want to read up on the pages and stuff like that. You guys can do that. One thing that I did think was pretty cool is SureCan actually has a new wave of, I guess you can say, products. It's still the gas can, the same gas can, but it's like a Realtree edition. So it's got like camo, like some of the parts are camo. I think they actually like made it scent free, which is kind of cool. They also have like a racing edition where it's like red and these pieces are like blue, so that's also pretty cool as well. I think it's like $5 extra than the standard, so they'd be like $55, I think, or $45, something like that. So you guys can check out that. No spill, they just got straight. Both of them have the standard gas, diesel, and kerosene models in pretty much every gallon size. Well, actually, the kerosene and diesel only comes in 5 gallon, I believe. Standard gas comes in the different options. But yeah, that's that, guys. So that's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for today's review. Like I said, I'll have more reviews coming out in the future, so make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications if you want. That definitely help out a lot and be cool. If you guys want to comment your own experiences, you know, are you guys no spill or you SureCan? That's definitely interesting to see, and I hope we can, you know, start a little something in the comments just to see overall what you guys' opinions are about these products. But like I said, for me, it's going to be SureCan. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry once again about the delay with the files. For those of you who don't know, I was supposed to actually have this out Sunday, but now it's, you know, Tuesday. So I had to reshoot everything. But yeah, I definitely wanted to get this, guys, out to you because I've seen, you know, a lot of people talking about this. So I wanted to kind of give my own perspective on it, give my opinion, show you guys some of the stats, so you guys can make the decision for yourself. Alright, so that's it for now, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.